Hello and welcome back. My name's Annie and this is my creative detour. It's the 25th of March, and for those of you that watch regularly, you would know that I post on the 25th of each month a Christmas project, and I'm doing that for this year because last year I ran out of time getting ready for Christmas. So I just thought every month I'm going to make something so that I get to the end of the year and I've got a whole collection of things that I can give away and I can use for Christmas. So today I'm going to do a walkthrough of this accordion album that I made. I custom designed this. I was inspired by the accordion album that I purchased from Uniquely Creative. And this album is a lovely album, and it has 8 pages. And as you know, for those of you that have made accordion albums, you know that an accordion album works like this. It works like an accordion. So basically, it has a front and a back, but they're not attached to each other. And you work your way through the album, and then when you get to the back opens up like a normal book again, and then you get to look at all of the pages on the reverse side. And as I said, I was inspired by this one to custom make my own because I wanted it a specific size. I wanted to make a Christmas album and for it to be an accordion specifically for Santa photos. Now, my grandchildren go and have their photos taken every year with Santa, and and have done for quite a long time. My grandson is turning 8 this year, so for the last 8 years, that's been happening, and we all get given a photo of our grandchildren seeing Santa, and the other grandparents do as well. And I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that get photos of the grandkids' Santa photos. And the parents have got them as well, and they probably inevitably do the same as what ours. They get stuck on the side of the fridge, and you switch it out each year, and the other one goes in a drawer, the one that is now out of date. So when I purchased that accordion album from Uniquely Creative, I thought to myself, that is perfect design for a Santa photo album because it opens up and it could go onto a sideboard or a mantelpiece and be out for Christmas, showing each year of the Santa photos, and then it packs away. It can go in with all of the Christmas decorations, and then you get it out the following year as a Christmas ornament almost, and you put the new Santa photo into it. So that's what prompted me to make it. So this album, and the reason I didn't use this album was because I wanted it to specifically fit a certain size photo. Our photos that we get of Santa photos are 7x5. Now, the inside page of this accordion album from Uniquely Creative is 6 7/8, which is 17.5 centimeters. And the width of the page is 5 1/16, and that is 12.8 centimeters. So it doesn't fit a 7x5 photo onto it perfectly without you cutting it down and cropping it down. Now, I'm fine with cropping photos down and doing that, but there's lots of people out there that aren't or don't have the equipment to cut it down straight, and it all just seems too much hassle. So I will be making something with this, but for my specific project, I wanted to be able to, for the people just to put a 7x5 photo onto a page without doing anything with it, or putting a 6x4 photo onto a photo mount without doing anything to it. So that was my goal with this. So the size that I designed this was the outside cover is 7 3/4 by 5 3/4. And because it's an accordion album, the width doesn't matter. It expands, and you can see that it's going to expand as all of the photos go into it. And it can sit on the mantelpiece or on the sideboard and look lovely for Christmas, and show 18 years potentially of Santa photos. So let's have a little walk through it, and I'll tell you what the page size is that I ended up coming up with. So you can see here that this page is 7 1/4 high by 5 1/4 wide. So technically, you could put a 7 by 5 photo onto this page. You could tuck it in, if underneath here, and not have to do anything with it. And that was my goal. So let's have a little look at how it all came together. And I will be doing a tutorial on this, maybe over the next week sometime. So I will post it possibly this time next week, or hopefully a little bit before, but I will be making another one and doing a tutorial. So for those of you that are interested, you'll be able to grab the measurements from that tutorial once I post it. So if you want to see that, maybe subscribe and ring the bell, and you'll see when I'm posting. Okay, so what I'm decorating this with is the 49 and Market Christmas Spectacular. So the sheet size of this collection pack is perfect for this project because you're cutting it down and you're mounting it somewhere around the 7 1/8 by 5 1/8, and you're only having a small amount of waste. And I'll show you with what I did with that waste as well. So on the front, how I decorated it is, I'll bring it up to the camera, and that's the advantage of a accordion album, because I can just stretch it up. I've mounted it. I've made the cover out of chipboard, covered it in black cardstock. Then I've put a red glitter mount and one of the sheets of the collection. And then I do have quite a lot of this collection in both the 12 by 12 papers and the ephemera and the tickets and lots of different things. So I have a lot of supporting content in this range that I was able to draw on. And so you can see here that I've used some of the chipboard pieces, some of the ephemera, and some tickets out of the ticket pack just to decorate the cover. Now, for those of you that have done an accordion album, you would know that when you open up the book and you work the way through as a book, you get to the back. And the back is not really the back, because the back is then the front for the other side. So I did decorate the back. I didn't do as much on the back of it, but I did do more than what I normally do on the back of an album, because it then leads you into the other side of the accordion album. That's how I decorated the outside cover. It has a ribbon closure, and the ribbons are different lengths. And that's because one ribbon needs to go around the side and around the back and then tie. And there needs to be enough length in this one to allow the album to grow. So we need to cut our ribbons fairly long to allow for the expansion of the album as the photos get put into it. So the album itself is 8 pages, but it's double-sided. So overall, there's 16 pages, plus there's the inside covers. So that gives you 18 faces or surfaces to mount photos on. But I've also put in quite a few photo mounts to mount 6x4s on as well. I used only paper out of 49 and Market Christmas Spectacular, and then I used only the ephemera out of the Christmas Spectacular. And I also used the scraps to make a masterboard, to chop up and make some tags and some photo mounts or journaling cards. And I actually did a tutorial on this, which is on my channel, and I'll link it below. It's not the Christmas Spectacular paper that I do the tutorial on, but the way that I made it, it's the same as how I made the masterboard for this project. So you could follow that tutorial to see how I cut up a masterboard and used up all the scraps. You can see here, I used all the offcuts and turned them into tags. So on the inside cover, we have a pocket with just a piece of ephemera out of the collection, and both surfaces are mounted. We have a tuck spot here with a photo mount. This page could fit a 7x5 on it, or you can mount a 6x4 photo onto here, and it would tuck into this little tuck spot. And then the next page, similarly, I made this little tuck spot out of some of the die cut flowers in the collection, and I just cut up some of the paper, stapled on with my tiny attacher a little ticket there, and it's blank on the back for a photo, or you could mount 2 larger photos in here as well. So on most of the pages, I've got one page that has a 6x4 tuck spot, and then I've tried to leave the other page blank. Even though the paper is beautiful, it's space to put a photo on it. And then we have here a tuck spot with just a little journaling invoice ticket, and a flip, and a nice big surface here for a photo, and this is a tuck spot as well. And then we have another same situation. We've got a tuck spot here, a nice big page that's flat, or a 6x4 mount with a tuck spot. And we're almost at the back. Same thing here. You could fit a 7x5 photo or a 6x4 photo on here and put it in, or you could do both. And once again, I just attached a little ticket. You could actually put a photo on both sides of this. Then on the back, there's another one of those tags made out of the scraps, and just a piece of ephemera out of the collection in the back pocket. And then we go to the back and we turn it over, and we work our way through the reverse side of the album. And once again, 2 big pages for large photos and a 6x4 photo mount. And then we've got a flip out journaling spot or photo spot, big photo spot, and a ticket and a tuck spot. And here we have a photo mount made out of the scraps from that masterboard that I talked about. So check out that video on how I made the masterboard out of all of the scraps from this project. And it's just a belly band here that I've put in to put it in. And also this is a tuck spot up here under this chipboard as well. And then our last page, once again, nice big flat area for a large photo and another tuck spot for a 4x6. So there's a lot of space to fit large format photos, specifically for Santa photos. So that's the album. I'm really happy with how it turned out. One of the reasons I used the 49 and Market collection to do this project is because 49 and Market cardstock is very thick, and I don't like double mounting. I don't like mounting 49 and Market onto a mount and then mounting onto a album, because the album gets too big and too thick. But the great thing about 49 and Market is that if you don't mount it, double mount it, it is so thick that it gives your album so much rigidity and strength because the quality of the cardstock is excellent. So I purposely wanted to use 49 and Market and not double mount it, not mount the cardstock onto a mount and then mount it onto the album, but I wanted the paper to give strength to the accordion album, and it is like it's really rigid and strong. And so it did exactly what I wanted it to do and has made this album uh, lovely and sturdy. And you want it to be able to last the years ahead. So as you can see, this would look lovely standing on a sideboard or on a mantelpiece or something like that. And you could just tie it open if you wanted to. You could spread it open and have all the Santa photos of the years gone by. And then you fold it up, pack it away, and put it in with all your Christmas decorations, get it out the next year. So there we go. That's our project for the March Christmas make. Hopefully you really like the album, and like I said, I will be posting a tutorial on how I made it with all the measurements, but that will probably be sometime over the next week. So if you liked the album and you liked how it turned out and the idea of it, give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment if there's anything that you specifically want me to cover in the tutorial, because I actually haven't videoed the tutorial yet. I've got all of the cardstock cut and the covers made and ready to go, but I've not videoed making it. So if there is anything in particular that you would like me to touch on when I am doing that video, just leave it in a comment in this video, and I'll make sure that I touch on those requests when I'm making the album. So thanks again for tuning in. Thumbs up, subscribe, all those things that they tell you to do all the time. That would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you very soon. Thanks again. Bye for now.